Okay, welcome back. Okay, I have a Vice story here. Again, not the juicy ones that you're looking forward to. I'll get to those in a little bit. But this is what sometimes we get called upon to do as Vice officers. Because as Vice officers, you have long hair, beards, and you're looking really raggedy, and they have a lot of stuff to do for people like us. Okay, we get a call one time from another division that has a really huge jail there, and they called us to a meeting. We got to the meeting. There was other Vice cops there, and there was some guys in suits. And the guys in suits were sergeants, and they were Internal Affairs Division. And so we're going, oh, and so this is what they want us to do. They got a complaint and a clue from a citizen saying that in this jail, one of the jailers. Now the jailers in these jails are not police officers; they're city employees that have been certified to work in the jails. They're pretty much, they type in their prisoners, they search them, they do everything the police kind of do, but they don't arrest. Obviously, they don't arrest anybody. But they process the arrestees into the jail system. They fingerprint them, they take pictures and all that. That's their job. They got a complaint that one of the jailers was selling releases. And let me explain what this is. And where I worked anyway, in that era in the 70s, if you're arrested for a misdemeanor and you have a clean record, the watch commander, which is a lieutenant, can actually authorize you to leave on your own recognizance. Can't even pronounce that word. You can OR out. You sign a receipt, kind of like a ticket, promising to appear in court, and then sometimes the jails get full, and they get some people out of there instead of having to wait for the bus in the morning where they have to go downtown. So he can sign them out. It has to be that guy, the lieutenant, nobody else. And so he's presented these papers. The guy's clean, doesn't have a record, he's not a pervert. He'll sign the guy out. The jailer processes the guy, gives him his property. The guy signs, he'll return to a certain court date, and he's gone. Okay, well, the complaint was that this jailer was selling those ORs to prisoners. Okay, well, that's a felony. Can't do that. Okay, it's also theft. It's forgery. It's a lot of things going on here, not just one thing. Okay, so this is what they wanted to do. The Vice officers of that precinct were already identified by the jailer. He knows them all, so that's why we're there. They want new faces in there. So they looked at us, and since I was the more grisly-looking one, they decided that my partner, who was Mr. Clean-looking guy, he looked like Don Johnson from Vice TV. He's a very nice-looking man. Well, I'm not. Okay, so they put me. My partner's going to book me in as a suspect and see if this guy will try to sell me out. Okay, so it's all set up. We had officers in the jail to watch, outside the jail to watch me, my partner also, make sure I'm safe inside the jail. We had Internal Affairs were up the road because they heard that he pays people off at a near gas station. We had Vice supervisors outside to follow me on foot. A lot of moving parts here. Maybe a dozen officers to do this one operation. So fine. So we come in. I'm all rattled out. I'm yelling like a criminal, and I get booked in. Here's this jailer, big guy, male. Doesn't matter. He's just a big male, and he's the processing guy. He's the jailer. So I'm complaining that I have a wife and kids. I got a job. I got to get out here because I'm throwing out barbs to see if he'll grab one. Okay, family, job. This is what we heard he does. He listens to the prisoners, and then he uses their weaknesses to get payment. And of course, I had $500 or $600 booked into my property, which is another thing that these guys look at. So I get booked in. I'm good. I'm in there getting ready to get fingerprinted. I'm sitting waiting for the thing, and I'm sitting there. So in a half an hour goes by. Here he comes. Well, it wasn't my turn to be processed. They do everything by first come, first serve. So he takes me out and walks me to where he works, and he goes, "Hey." I dummied up. "Yeah. You want to get out?" I go, "Yeah, I want to get out." He goes, "Well, the $100." I said, "Well, I don't have $100. You took it." He goes, "Oh, no. I'll get you out, and you meet me up the street in half an hour, and you pay me the $100 up there. If you don't pay me the $100, I'm going to tear up the scene, and I'm going to tell them that you escaped." Okay, that's a good little scam. So I'm like, oh, I'm thinking, well, I got you now. So anyway, okay, that's cool. Okay, well, get me out of here. Okay, so he gets out that, and I know the forms that the lieutenant signs. I've seen it in the past. Internal Affairs reminded me what these look like, so I know that I know what they are. I know who needs to sign them. Well, he just filled it out and signed it. Okay, so that's Exhibit A right there. Okay, so he rips off a copy, hands me one, opens up my property bag, hands me all my stuff, including my money, put everything in my pockets, and I'm asking, where do I go? And I know where I'm going. Everybody, their mother's up there. Cameras are up there. Everybody's up there. So he goes, "Yeah, you go up here, the gas station. I'll meet you there in about half an hour." Okay. So I get out, and I know he's watching to make sure he's not watching me. I don't go up to my partner and say, I just get out like a normal guy. He lets me out the front door. and I'm walking up the street, and we had signals in those days that everything's going good. So I gave the signal to the people that are watching me that it looks really good, just follow me. So I'm walking, and I get about 2 blocks away. I kind of looking behind me. There's my partner, just kind of mowing along. He's watching me, make sure everything's okay, because we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe this guy has other people working for him. Maybe who knows what's happening here. No, he's a lone guy, because in about 20 minutes after that, I made it to the station, and about 20 minutes later, here he comes. He's got a jacket over his uniform. He's walking up the street, and of course he's got supervisors watching him. My partner's kind of sitting by the curb with a wine bottle that's filled with water, because that's what we use props. Just sitting there on the curb, watching him go by. We're setting him up. So he walks up. I'm waiting for him at the gas station. Comes around the corner, and when I'm at the gas station, let me back up a little bit. When I'm at the gas station, I see a van over there, parked against the phone. I know there's a camera in there, okay, one of our cameras. I see a black and white over there with 2 guys in it, another black and white over there. Well, this is a very busy intersection, so seeing black and white's not a big deal to anyone that walks around. So I thought, okay, good, they got my back, they got my back. And then I see the guy walking towards me. I see my partner staggering behind him as my backup, so I'm good to go. Because I didn't have a gun on. And remember, I'm not carrying a piece, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm not carrying a gun. I don't know what's going to happen. So he comes up real fast. He goes, okay, where is it? I go, yeah, here. And I make sure I turn my body to the camera, okay, and we got a phone going on here. Make sure I turn my body to the camera, and so they can see me taking the money out. Okay, it's all for show. So I take the money out in front of the camera, and I make sure you can be seen, and I count it out on the camera. I count it the $100. He gets it. He nods. He puts it in his pocket. We shake hands. Sounds good. And I'll see you later. I walk away. He turns around and go back. And as I'm walking away, 2 black and whites go by me with 3 officers inside each. Those are sergeants in uniform. They go whipping by me, and I get a little bit of ways. My partner walks up to me, and we turn around. At time to see him being put on the ground, handcuffed. And he's on the ground. And then about that time, my supervisors pull up. They get out. Now everybody's out now. You got 6 sergeants in uniform. You got my supervisors, my partners, and we're done. I mean, I'm talking to my sergeants, and these guys, these internal affairs guys, come over. Excellent job, excellent job. Shook my hands, and we said, okay, we got him. And so they said, we got the evidence back at the station. We got the money you gave him. It was incidentally, the money was marked, so we know it's the money that I gave him. They used to put a little mark on the, not supposed to according to the federal government, but we put a little ink mark on the corner, so it's ours, so we know whose it is. And so it's done. And so obviously he was charged, convicted, and he was fired, of course. And took care of that problem. He should not be out there victimizing suspects. Suspects have rights too. They should not be victimized while they're in custody by someone else and used to get money. It's not right. It's not right. And I felt good about that. We all did. And that was our little episode for the Stellan, I call it Freedom. And I hope you liked it. And we'll see you next time with some more stories.